I have good trouble, fun trouble, maybe. I've worked with some extraordinary women. I'm thinking of Laura Dern, of course, and Isabella Rossellini on Blue Velvet. And then through my work with Kristin Davis on Sex and the City, Marcia Cross on Desperate Housewives, Carrie Brownstein on Portlandia, and on, the list is long. I was never really good at, I don't know, sort of challenging what was on the page, let's say. And to a person, they were constantly asking questions, constantly digging in, constantly wanting more. From what they were reading, and I come from a theater tradition, I guess. So, you would get the play, and this would be the play, and you would, do your research and do your work as an actor. But on film and television script, these words are flexible. It took me a long time to learn that, but these women were like really helpful and just sort of saying, "Go for it, Kyle, go for it." And Marcia in particular, I guess, Marcia Cross, she said something to me that really resonated. You kind of push down your power. You kind of turn away from that, and it really struck me, and I was sort of taken aback, but I was also really pleased that she said it. I felt really like, wow, she really cares, and she saw something in me that she was trying to help, I guess, and I've never forgotten it. And she was just one of many. Just most of the women I work with lead by example. They're so strong, they're so talented, and I was so honored to work in scenes with them, because when we had good writing, everything just crackled. It was perfect, And Laura Dern, oh my gosh, she really opened me up to a different approach, maybe, to a script, which had a little more to do with an interior journey. Spiritual isn't exactly the right word, but it was definitely something about awakening something inside of you that I had never thought about before. I was pretty surface in my preparation, and she really showed me how you can go deep. And I'm so grateful, because I know that my work improved because of that. We definitely communicate, and we, her office is in the house, actually, and I have my office in the house too, so we're constantly bouncing things off each other. My wife is extraordinary. She is a leader, and she's someone who I admire so much, because just the way she deals with the people around her, she wants everyone to succeed, to a person. She's not sharpening her knives. She's not trying to take somebody down. She wants success for every person. She wants them to be their best selves. And she leads with that. And I think not only is she incredibly smart and incredibly skilled at what she does, but she has a terrific soul, a terrific heart that really cares. She's a terrific guide, a great mentor, and a great support system, and a great mom and a great wife. I mean, I can't say enough about her. I think, with leadership, with what I do, it often takes the form of a director when we're on set. And I've been fortunate to work with some extraordinary directors. David Lynch, of course, was someone whom, if I ever step into the directing world, would be someone that I would emulate, because he led with a gentle and also specific tone. You never knew, there was never like an uncertainty about David. And if he wasn't sure about a certain thing, he would take a moment and it would come to him, and he would then share that with the rest of us. So I think kindness as a leader, know where you're going, a sense of humor, really important. It puts everybody at ease. And then a passion, about what you're working for, what you're creating, that you can share with everyone, that you can communicate. Those to me are qualities that I found certainly in David, and I think things that are hallmarks of. I want to follow that, and I've worked with other people that are like that. A lot of my social stuff has become, I think, fun trouble. My growth has become more letting a very silly, irreverent side of myself out, and that's really been an extension of my work that I've done with Ann Walls and her team at Full Picture for my podcast, What Are We Even Doing? And so that has really encouraged me. And also the social media aspect of it, and the fun and the creative side of that has really spoken to me, and it's opened me up, really. from the serious, intense actor, which I never was, but, pretended. Yeah, the creative risk definitely was the podcast. And the idea was that we would explore this idea. Everyone seemed to have a podcast. And I said, well, this could be something interesting. But the way we approached it was, let's do kind of a deep dive into Gen Z, young millennial culture, creators, people who are making a difference, and just kind of expose me, the old guy, to a younger creative energy. And at the beginning, I didn't really know how I was going to approach this. And it turned out to be kind of a conversation more than anything else. And in that process, first of all, I've learned so much about up-and-coming creatives, people who some I didn't know before. They came into the studio. My producing team are extraordinary. At my age, most of my inspiration and my creative and my mentors were older. I looked to older actors, and they were the people that inspired me growing up. But I realized I wasn't really looking backwards at what was coming. And so I found this new creative energy in a younger generation that I find really exciting and fulfilling and interesting, and it's re-inspired me to keeps me going doing what I do as an actor.